This will be for the Kuta Software worksheet, area of regular polygons. So we need to define some terms before we begin. Okay, so we can see right here the center of the polygon. That's point P. And the way to have or find the center of a polygon, if you draw a circle around the polygon and each vertex lands on the circle, that circle is said to be circumscribed about the polygon. Okay, the center of that circle is basically the center of the polygon. And by the way, this here is a regular polygon, which means all the sides and all the angles are congruent. So the definition of apothem, it goes from the center of the circle to the midpoint of one of the sides. So this right here, this part in blue, that's apothem PQ. Notice it starts at the center and it goes to the midpoint of one of the sides. All right, and this is actually congruent to that. But another thing you need to know is that it is perpendicular or makes a right angle with one of the sides. So you can add it's also perpendicular to the side. That's the apothem. And as far as the radius is concerned, that goes from the center to a vertex. All right, so again, this is the center. And if you go to one of the points on the polygon, that right there is a radius, R. The reason it has to go to one of the points or vertices of the polygon is because the vertices are on the circle. Okay, remember a radius goes from the center to the circle itself. All right, so the apothem is different. See, the apothem right here does not make it all the way to the circle. So the apothem goes to the midpoint of the side, but the radius goes to the vertex. So let's say you have a regular polygon and you divide the polygon into a handful of triangles. Okay, all of those triangles are going to have the same area because for the regular polygon, each side is going to be the same length. So each apothem is also going to be the same length and so on. So we know the area of a triangle. We can see the area of this triangle here in blue. Well, generally speaking, it's 1/2 base times height. Okay, but in this case, we let the base equal S. S is just one of the side lengths. Okay, and they're all the same because it's a regular polygon, so each side is going to be congruent. So if we let S equal the side length and lowercase a equals the apothem, all right, the area of this triangle is going to be 1/2 times the base, which is just S. This is the base. So in place of B, I'm going to write S. And the height H is this right here. That's your apothem. So it's going to be 1/2 S times H for each triangle. Okay? And now if we let N...
Mr. Dyer, would you...
We can let N equal the number of sides. Okay, and of course the number of sides is going to equal the number of triangles as well. The area for the whole polygon is going to be each triangle, which is 1/2 S times H times the number of sides, which is N. I'm sorry, one little mistake I made. In place of the height H, I was supposed to substitute the apothem A. So in place of H, I'm going to make that an A. Okay, that's for each triangle. And this H as well, I'm going to have to substitute in the apothem. All right, each triangle is 1/2 the side length times the apothem. And if you multiply that by n, that's going to be the area for the whole polygon. Now, to find the perimeter P, what you would do is multiply each side length times the number of sides. So that's just going to be S times N. All right, each side length times the number of sides. So S times N can be replaced with P, perimeter, because the perimeter is S times N. So instead of S times N, we're going to replace that with P. So that's going to be 1/2 apothem times S times N, which is the perimeter. Okay, and that's going to be the formula for the area of a regular polygon. 1/2 apothem times perimeter. All right, so find the area of each regular polygon. Leave your answer in simplest form. All right, let's look at number 1. And they say each polygon is a regular polygon. It means all sides and angles are congruent. Okay, so since this is a regular polygon, the area is just going to equal 1/2 apothem times perimeter. All right, and if you want to rewrite this, you can write 1/2 apothem, and in place of perimeter, you can write N times S like we did before. So the perimeter is just going to be the number of sides times each side length. So the apothem A, it goes from the center and it's perpendicular to one of the sides. So this right here is the apothem. All right, so we have the 1/2 times the apothem, 4 radical 3 over 3. All right, and in place of perimeter, N is the number of sides, so N equals 3. So in place of N, I'm going to write 3. And in place of S, each side length, S, equals 8. All right, so that's N and that's S. Now, if you want to do the perimeter in a separate step, you certainly can. All right, if you want to make the perimeter separate and just do 3 times 8 for the perimeter, you can do that. That's perfectly fine. But anyhow, we can do this by reducing. Let's see, 4 divided by 2 is just 2. And 3 divided by 3 is just 3. All right, and these are all numerators right here. We have 1 times 2, which is 2, times 8, which is 16. And we still have radical 3. So that's it. Okay, please pause and try number 6 using the formula 1/2 AP. And I'll give you a hint, lowercase a is your apothem. That's this right here. And the side length is going to be this right here, which equals 10. All right, so 1/2 apothem times perimeter. That's going to be 1/2 times the apothem, and the perimeter is the number of sides times each side length. All right, so we start with 1/2. The apothem is just 5 radical 3. The number of sides, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So N equals 6. All right, I'll just write that here. N equals 6 sides. And S is each side length right here. That's a 10. All right, so these are all in the numerator. You can put it over 1 if you want, same thing. But reducing fractions, 6 divided by 2 is just 3. Okay, and 1 times this does nothing, but we have 5 times 3 is 15, times 10 is 150, and we still have radical 3. So that's it. Remember, it said simplest form, so that basically means no decimals. Okay, please pause and try number 8. There's no diagram, but they give you all the information that you need. And remember, for the triangle, that, of course, n equals 3. So please try number 8. All right, 1/2 apothem times perimeter. And the perimeter, of course, is going to be n times s. All right, these are all multiplied. So 1/2 times the apothem, which is 14, times n, the number of sides, which is 3. I don't want to make those look like decimals. All right, times s, each side is 28 radical 3. All right, let's see. Half of 14 is 7. And we're going to do 7 times 3 times 28 on the calculator. And I get 588. And we also still have the radical 3. Okay, so you don't multiply it through. You leave it as is because they said simplest form. All right, and you can check your answers on pages 3 and 4.